That was truly some stoner shit this morning, for sure. Truly, truly, absolutely. Yeah. Yes, sir. Try this a guy. Yeah, try it a guy. Watching from Bakersfield. Fuck, bro. I'm super sorry to hear that. Bakersfield is my least favorite city in the world, probably. I'd rather live in Mogadishu. I'd rather live in Fallujah. I'd rather live I'd rather live in Tijuana. You like hot weather? It ain't just the weather, bro. I'm born and raised in the Central Valley. I'm a Fresno guy. So I know the heat. You ain't got to talk to me about the heat. That's not what bothers me about Bakersfield. Bakersfield is just, it's the heat plus. The heat plus falling apart plus nothing to do plus, you know what I mean? Are we sure the modded Midnight Ghoul is the real one? Wait a minute. Are you saying that the mods have been replaced with lookalikes? All right. All right. Let's see. What's a question only my mods would know? I got to do a test right now. How to inquire them. I gotta interrogate each one of them to prove that they are who they are. No, I think I'm gonna do something though. So Ghoul, I'm gonna remove you as a moderator briefly, okay? Because I am gonna make you a managing moderator because you are you're the head mod now. That's all I'm saying. So now you can do some crazy things. Okay, you can managed block words, right? So you can, if there's a word that people are just fucking repeating and you're tired of banning them, you can add it to the list of blocked words for the stream. Yeah, you could pull an Isla Mao now. You really could. This is, this nobody has gotten this up until this point. But I was thinking about it yesterday, and I was like, the Ghoul really could use a little more power. So, on top of being able to ban certain words out of the chat in perpetuity, you can also change to slow mode. Yeah, you can go Ghoul mode, basically. So, like, if there's just somebody inward towering and it's just over and over or whatever, you can hit slow mode. You can turn that on and off. You got the power now. All right, you could 100% Isla Mao the stream, okay? And there's nothing I can do. You have the monkey button. Found the new channel. You did. It wasn't. Here it is. Yeah, this is the place I usually stream. Oh, Sam. Okay. Well, if that's the case, I'm gonna do this. Because I know you, Sam. You'll be a standard mod, okay? Just so I can keep track of you. But yeah, welcome. I didn't know you didn't know. I do hella streams over here, Sam. Like Periscope type stuff. Yeah. Well, welcome. You're here. Congrats. You found it. Last I talked to you, you were getting married. So that's happened, I assume, right? Or are you guys still engaged and waiting for the day? Married at Disneyland. See, there you go. Paul's ego remembers. Paul's ego remembers. That's crazy, too. You got married at Disneyland. That's expensive. In December? Cool. Yeah, in December, I moved out of California, and now I live up in the PNW. Your dad paid. Well, I mean, I don't blame you. That's expensive. I got hoes. Call in. They're too expensive. I don't know, man. If you're gonna, if you're gonna get married once, you know what I mean, and you're a big Disney type fan, I don't know. It would be kind of cute to get married at Disney, but you're on a podcast talking about it. Cool. Bro, Paul, speaking of milestones, I got my first $100 super chat the other day. Based? Who dropped a hundo on you? That's gigabase. That feels good, doesn't it? Yeah, when somebody like really genuinely wants to say, "Hey, man, there you go. Good job at what you're doing. I like what you're doing. It feels good, right?" Are you in the PNW? I am. Stingray? I haven't seen Cobra Kai, so you'll have to forgive me for not giving a fuck who I look like. Some completely random regular viewer, and listen to why they said it. Hello, Poland. I just scroll through like 20 lives. I wanted to say I don't know what the hell is going on anymore. Bro, you landed on the right live. You're home, because I feel the same way, bro. I don't know what the fuck is going on anymore. But I do have mods on the squad that enforce some sort of like human behavior out of the chat. So dumb shit gets banned, and people that are like, you know what I mean? They hang out because I'm just trying to have a conversation here. I'm not try-harding like a lot of these fucking lives are, begging for donos and shit. I don't care. Don't donate. Watch this. Please don't donate to me. Please don't subscribe. Please dislike the fuck out of this. Dislike it. Dislike this, please. Watch. I don't give a fuck. I don't need money off of this. So now it's always nice, I'm not saying that it's not a bad thing when somebody drops a bomb or whatever. I'm not gonna turn it down. I'm just saying I'm not shilling. I don't care. Hey, Paul, what are your thoughts on the concept of AI? Yeah, donations equal ban. Yeah, no. So is the comment they left some to the fact that I like the fact that you have long arguments with the people who disagree with you. Like me, I don't hardly agree with you at all. That's cool. No, that's neat. I mean, there are people, that's what I'm saying. It's like, there are people out there that are looking for actual content creators. And that is what I will tell you, you have become, Phoebes. You're out there, you're doing your own interactive chat streaming thing, and you're doing it regularly, and you're committed to it, and it's starting to pay off for you. Isn't that good? That's good shit. Hey, what up, Pranav? How you doing? Colorado or Canada? I am from the Pacific Northwest, so close to Canada. I'm a bit nervous today because I'm a new hire orientation in a few hours. MJ, remember what I told you last night? There ain't shit like you. Okay, you own a computer, you know technology. That is going to be the worst of the worst. Is learning their stupid. Remember what I called it, a POS? The POS also stands for piece of shit. The point of sale system is going to be the toughest thing for you. And that is like, yeah, Pranav, she got the job. So and that's all you got to worry about. And all it is, you know, like if you've done self-checkout at a store or whatever, it's just menus and you'll scan the thing, boop, boop, boop. That, you know, there's going to be somebody that shadows you and teaches you shit probably for your first day, right? So if you have questions, you just go like, hey, how do I take this item off? And they'll show you the fucking way to do it. Once you've got that down, the job is fucking simple. It's literally nothing. Like, so you got nothing to worry about. Like what you will be taught how to do today is way less complicated than like modding a game. Deadass. Like way less complicated than like taking New Vegas and making it playable or whatever, right? So you ain't gotta worry about that shit. You're gonna be just fine. Just go ready to work. Wear comfortable shoes. That's big. If you don't wear fashion shoes. Wear comfortable ass work shoes. Get you some fucking grandma Skechers. I ain't even fucking kidding. Because you're gonna be on your feet a lot. So if you ain't got a super duper comfy pair of shoes, you should worry about that more than anything. Yeah. Good, comfortable, you know, shoes, maybe even non-slip shoes. You'll thank me. Shoes for crews, yeah. I mean, I don't know. Like, those are a little expensive, but I'm just saying at least something fucking comfortable, right? And clothing wise as well, too. Be comfortable. Side with comfort over fashion every time. Because you will wish that you did. Docs, yeah, and they take. See, I wouldn't tell Mary Jane to get a pair of brand new Docs for her first night, right? You need to get a pair of Docs and break them in with some normal use before you start wearing them to work. You don't want blisters and shit. Yeah, wear comfy shoes and comfy clothes, and do not worry beyond that. Worry about how tired your feet, legs, neck, and back are gonna be because you're gonna be standing and all that shit a lot, right? And don't worry about the POS. It's gonna be confusing at first. They all are because they're all point of sale systems POS, and they're all pieces of shit POS. Okay, I've never worked a point of sale system that I thought like, wow, this works functionally and makes sense. So there's gonna be weird shit. It's gonna be confusing at first, but remember what I told you. It is 100% no more complicated than modding a game. Like once you learn what the little fucking tricks you got to do to get around it, you're gold. Oh yeah, they're slow, they're shitty. Like in order to get shit done, you just have to know, right? You have to know the trick. ever had Ethiopian food? Neither have they. That's fucked up. Who told you that joke, you piece of shit? that's the that's a fucking mean ass joke, bro. Okay, wait a minute, bro. That's a mean joke. Mm. Oh man. Oh shit. That would hit me right in the fucking tickler, bro. Holy. I haven't heard that one before. Oh, I haven't heard that one before. Oh man. I mean, whew. I've got hoes calling a young crack a phone. Check where's I'm fucking gone. Maybe I need to just do another rap song from that era. Maybe that'll get it out of get it out of my head. Plug what? I don't even understand how to fuck my plug talk. Pick him up in a space coupe. I don't let my plug walk. That ain't working. Yeah. Raindrop. Drop top. Smoking on dope in the hot box. Banging on your bitch, you thought. Cooking up dope in the crock pot. No, that ain't working either. It doesn't hit the same as I got hoes calling. There's just something about that. I love the boom 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 boom. I love the synth in that song. And then just this like droning bass. I got boom. It's so dope, dude. That song just hits, bro. It's well produced. It's got a good beat. You know what I'm saying? What else is from that era? Can't wake up the shadows from my room. Can't take all the love that I gave you. It's to the point where I love it, I hate you, and I cannot change you, so I will replace you, yeah. That ain't hitting either. How about some Posty from that era? What was Posty doing around then? They said I would be nothing, now they only say congratulations. Worked so hard, I forgot how to forget something. What was he doing around then, man? Oh yeah, Go Flex. I can't do that one though, because that'll trigger. Go Flex will trigger an acid flashback, bro. I was stupid with that song, bro. I love that song. It's a great song, but I cannot listen to it unless I'm ready for a really intrusive acid flashback. It burnt my brain. I've been fucking those and popping pills, man. I feel just like a rock star. All my brothers smoking gas and they always be smoking like a Rasta. Is it? But none of it quite hits like, I got hoes calling. None of it hits quite the same. Not a big Future fan. Am I a boomer for not liking Future? I just don't find myself. I like Future features. You know what I mean? I'm fine when Future shows up on somebody else's shit, but I can't really get with Future on his own. I'm a boomer anyway. Yeah, but like I'm trying not to be boomer brained about music and stuff, right? Hey, baby.
Thanks, sweetie. Oh, that was a big stretch.
He's a big stretchy boy. It's a big stretchy bean.
Why don't you say hi to the chat, D?
He doesn't want dad.
No, we want mom's laugh.
Clearly. You look a little bit like a crazy mangy coyote right now, D. I just have to say it. I'm sorry. I'll take it back. Not mangy. A little bit scruffy.
Yeah, I think overall you've done a pretty good job. He's just not done yet. That's all. Can you show the people, D?
We're clipping D partially. Come on, get up here. Oh. So he's getting clipped in stages. We've done his legs and his butt and his back. We have to do his mane and his face still.
So his head looks like 3 sizes too big.
Yeah,
now.
his head looks 3 sizes too big because he's actually like mostly fluff. People think Dinor is fat. Like when we took him to the vet down here for the first time, they were like, "Uh-oh, he looks a little overweight." And then they weighed him, and then they're like, "Wait, no, that's
they just like touched him.
Oh, they just touched him. And they're like, "Oh, okay, never mind. He's fine." He's just literally a fluff monster. But yeah, I didn't get his chest last night, so his chest is still kind of patchy. So we've been doing it in stages because why not? If we're doing it ourselves, we don't have to stress him out and spend all day doing it, right? So cleaned up his legs for the first day. And then yesterday I got his butt and his back and his sides all done up. I got all the way up to about his shoulder blades. And then tonight we're going to go, bzzz, we're going to get that. We're going to get the chest. We'll clean up your face a little bit.
Some scissors.
And then we just saved ourselves like
$60.
60 bucks. You know, the clippers already paid for themselves, basically.
Yeah. And you don't get stressed out.
He doesn't get stressed out. He doesn't have to sit there and, you know, be worked on for an hour or two at a time. We can just take our time with him and get a little done here and there. Now that I know how to do it, I can just keep him up. And I never have to... What does that dog collar do? It's a GPS tracker, yeah. It's a GPS tracker, and it tracks some of his stats, like when he sleeps, heartbeat, activity. It's kind of cool. You must fulfill your devoir. The time to act is quickly receding. What the fuck is a devoir, dude? I've never heard that term. I don't know what the fuck a devoir is, bro. That sounds like something that like the French call a bathroom. French for homework, something you must do. Devoir. You must finish your devoir. I don't have any devoir. What's the brand of that dog collar? It's called Tractive. we
like
got
a
it.
monthly subscription.
Yeah, you got to pay like a subscription fee for it or whatever, but I think it's worth it. Like for the peace of mind, it's pretty fucking cheap. We got it because not even really for him. We got it for our cat. We have an indoor cat who's not super, like he's not known to like dart out of the house, but he has escaped a couple of times. And for the peace of mind of being able to just track him down GPS wise to a gnat's ass, we got him the collar. And then it ended up being cheaper to get two with a plan, so we got Dino a collar as well. And we popped them both on there. And now it's actually given us a whole lot of peace of mind because Amelia and I are both kind of like worry warts and shit. We have a tendency to like, you know, when you leave the house and you're leaving your pets at the house, you go like,
close the store.
Yeah, you get 5 blocks away and you're like, did I see Cricket today? Did we make sure Cricket was okay before we left? Do we know that Cricket's there? Do we know that Cricket's okay? Did we lock the door? Did we close that window? Did we turn on the lights? Did we do this? Did we do that? Right? And we can do all of that from the app, right? We can just look at Cricket. We can see where he is in the house.
See he's close to Dinor.
We can see where Dinor is. We can see them move around. Yeah.
And
hey, thanks for the dono, bro.
And it helps find Cricket because he likes to hide in weird places. So we can make his collar make a little noise.
That is true, too. Yeah, Cricket likes to find spots in the house that nobody knows about and hide in them. And so when it comes to that, the nuclear option is we can make his collar go doo 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 doo. It plays like a little tune that everybody can hear, and he can't hide no more.
And it pisses him off.
It pisses him way off. He comes running out.
We have a Harry Potter hole downstairs that he found his way into.
Yep.
Covered under the stairs, literally.
Yep. Yeah, there's like a little storage place under the stairs, like the Harry Potter room, and Cricket pawed his way into it and figured it out, and now that's one of his favorite places to go. Giving away his location. He's like, you snitch. I know. He hates it. Would be nice when my cat sleeps in the dishwasher. Yeah. You know, I would have, if I'd known that existed or if it had existed back in the day, I would have really recommended that TJ and Chelsea get that for Squex. Because Squex was just, he was that type of cat where he would dart. Like, you wouldn't even see him. He'd find a spot to hide, and you'd open the door to go on the back porch, and he'd be out. Mm-hmm. I mean, he was that fast. And so they got to a point with Squex where they were just like, fuck it, we'll just leave him and let him go out. And then he just got hurt. He was just, I think the straw that broke the camel's back was he came home with his one eye all swollen up. They took him into the vet, and the vet, she pulled it out. I think Chelsea might still have it. There was a stick that long lodged in the corner of his eye.
In his tear duct.
Yeah, it like went behind his eyeball, and they had to move it out, and they were able to save his eye, yeah. But only just. It was like a millimeters thing. He would have been blind in one eye. And I think at that point, after several other times, he gets out, comes back a day later, fucked up. Mm-hmm. He's been in fights, he's fallen. Who knows how you get a stick in your eye?
Didn't he rip out his claws on something?
Yeah. It was like he was trying to climb, or like he fell and tried to stop himself, mm-hmm. and ripped out 3 of the claws and his front paws. Just, it was all mangled and gangly. So they eventually just had to get really good about keeping him corralled indoors. And having that little bloop bloop would have let him find him a little easier.
Yeah, like if he gets out, find his butt.
Yeah.
And bring him in before he gets into trouble.
Goes ape shit.
It's got a light too if they get out at night.
Yeah. Oh, so Sam, you've got them on your Frenchies. Sam's got French bulldogs. And she's got they run around out in her vineyard, she was saying, and she can't see when they're playing,
Yeah.
so she plays the little tones so
Yeah.
she can hear where they're at.
They do have an affiliate program if you want to actually make some money.
I don't know. We'll see. I mean, it is a good product, honestly.
Yeah.
Like it's done everything that I wanted it to do, which is it lets us leave the house and have the peace of mind that the boys are home and fine.
Mm-hmm.
Do you replace the battery on your phone, or do you just buy a new phone?
I mean, you've always upgraded before it got to that point.
Yeah, typically what happens is I play out a contract, right? And at the end of that contract, they want me to sign another contract. And so they say, hey, if you turn in your old phone, we'll give you a free iPhone 15 Pro thing. And I go, oh, cool. And I do that. I don't, you know what I mean? I keep my phone for the length of a contract. I don't change my phone for 3 or 4 years. And then when my contract plays out, I sign another one with whatever fucking provider will give me a free phone. Steve Irwin's son is on the Tractive commercial. Oh, cool. Yeah, when we first got them, I was worried that the pets were going to be like, they were going to hate it because they're kind of big on their collar. They're not like huge, but they're, you know, they don't even notice. They don't even give a shit about them anymore. They're rounded and pretty comfy for them, I think. This feels like I'm part of their collar. Oh, tea. Poor you. A blue eye and a brown eye. Got a little heterochromatic Frenchies. Are you a lumberjack? I'm a lumberjack and I'm okay. I sleep all night and I work all day. He's a lumberjack and he's okay. He sleeps all night and he works all day. I cut down trees, I wear high heels, suspenders and a bra. I wish I'd been a girly, just like my dear mama. Oh, he's a lumberjack and he's okay. He sleeps all night and he works all day. Monty fan? Half a bee, philosophically, must ipso facto half not be. But half a bee then should be a vis-a-vis its entity, you see. Hagwig found the 4-year-old. Oh, Bevers, I thought you were so rugged. The knights who say, uli, 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 tiki, ting, tang, batu. Do you know how some words sound exactly like they should? Does that freak you out ever? I just thought of a word, and it's a word that sounds exactly like it should sound. Plop. When something plops, plop is a real word. Squish, yeah. Squish. Squish. See what I mean? What the fuck's up with that? Did we just make a word that sounds like the noise and then just, I guess probably so, huh? Onomatopoeia, yeah. It weirds me out though because fucking I feel like is English? No, because I've heard like Japanese words that are kind of like that, and Chinese words too. Do you know what Chinese for cat is? It's I can't remember. Fuck. I remember dog is guo. So it kind of sounds like a bark. Guo, 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 right? And then cat is mao. Isn't that crazy? Mao is how you say cat in Chinese. Dog is it's like after it's almost like they named the animals after the sound they make. Mao. Yeah, Chairman Mao, like Mao in Mandarin means cat. So his name was Cat Zedong. And really, Zhongguo, Zhongguo is China. That's how you say China. So I don't know what Zedong means. Chairman Kitty Cat. No, it's like Cat Stevens. His first name was Cat. That's pretty chill. That's a cool fucking. It's like yeah. It's like his name is Cat Stevens, or sorry, Yusuf Islam. Now, Cat Stevens no longer exists. What do they call cats in Japan? I know there's some weebs out there. What's the Japanese? How do you say the Japanese word for cat? Are they like that? I said Yusuf Islam. I corrected myself. I've been happy lately, thinking about the good things to come, and I believe there must be something that's done. Riding on the peace train, take this country. Gotta love Cat. Or sorry, gotta love Yusuf. You know what the best Cat Stevens song is? Sorry, Yusuf Islam song is? The Wind of My Soul. Have you heard that song? Bum 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 bum. I listen to the wind of my soul. Do 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 do. I let my music take me where my heart wants to go. Doom 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 doom. I sat upon the setting sun, but never, 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 never. I never wanted water once. No, never, never, never. Do, 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 do. Wild World, yeah. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. And if you wanna leave, take good care, 'cause there's a whole lot of bad things out there. And you know one of them things will be bad out there. Do 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 boom. Ooh, baby, baby, it's a wild world. Do 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 do. Hard to get by just upon a smile. Boom, 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 boom. Ooh, baby, baby, it's a wide world. Do, 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 do. And I'll always remember you like a child girl. You didn't know that was Yusuf? Mal Stevens, yeah. Yusuf has this gravelly thing he does with his voice. He goes, it happens on, ooh, baby, baby, it's a wild world. Do, 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 do. And I'll always remember you. Oh, it's so good. I just love that. He rattles his voice at strategic points, and it feels really nice. It's like a really nice contrast to his super sunshiny, buttery, smooth tone. Contrast is key sometimes. Sometimes you want a singer, or sometimes music wants a singer that keeps a uniform tone. And then you've got the other end of the spectrum, right? You know, what is his fucking name? Oh my God, I'm gonna forget his name. Dude is just like, has the most insane vibrato ever. What is his name? He's known for a lot of different covers of like more religious tinged songs, but I think his cover of how's it go? Ave Maria. Ave Maria. Aaron Neville just popped into my head. That dude is like, his voice is beautiful, but it's all about variance. It's all about contrast. I like that. I like that it takes all kinds. You know, a good example of like a singer that maintains constant tone would be like Dido, right? Dido will be like, you know, at one kind of tone throughout the song. Tea's gone cold and wondering why. Got out of bed at home. Right? It's all about softness and not contrasting. It's about blending. Love that. Love that. Honey. Ooh, baby, baby, so what? So cool to see. Hey, Paul, what you watching? I'm glad you guys are liking that, man. Yeah, I didn't know if that idea was gonna be something that people enjoyed, but people are really seem to be enjoying it. I got two weeks of it done, and I think I gotta watch one more movie, and I'm gonna produce another one and get it ready for release this week. You know, by the end of this week. So it's kind of getting into the rhythm of it now. Listen to me while you paint some furry shit. Hey, cool, bro. Paint away, friend. Can I ask you guys a question about furries? Are furries ever going to admit that it's a kink and that's all it is, so that we stop letting kids get into it? Are they gonna ever admit that it's a kink? Because I don't think kids should be in it. Yeah, I feel that's the way, right? Like, most furries know that it's that way deep down, and they screech about it because they don't want people to think about it that way. But the truth about it is, I think it's more I don't know, man. I don't know. This seems like a pretty standard role play kink to me. It's a really super common kink, right? But a kink it is. I don't really care. I'm not trying to judge people. I'm just saying I don't really think that, like, kids should be involved in that arena. I think it's something that, like, you want to do it when you're 18, go do it. You know what I mean? But don't be having kids running around in fursuits and shit. Makes me feel a little ick. It looks like somebody went apeshit on you with a pair of clippers, which is kind of what happened.
Yeah.
We got to show Aunt Chelsea your little. Maybe we'll take a picture tonight before and after.
Yeah.
We'll show her our progress. Paul, should you be 18 and legally adult before you're allowed to have a furry obsession? I mean, you can't control what kids get obsessed with, but you can control allowing your kids to take part in that community and shit.
Well, also what they're exposed to, too.
Well, I mean, to a certain extent, yes.
Yeah.
Right? Kids are going to bring phones to school, hand kids other phones. Right? So there's nothing you can do about that. What they're exposed to is going to be a reflection of the society that they're living in.
But you'd also not give them completely unsupervised access at
Right.
home.
It's like they come to you going like, I want to fursuit up and go to a con. You go like, well, you're going to need to wait till you're fucking 18.
Yeah.
And then you can do whatever you fucking want. But while you live with me, you're not going to go get dry humped at a furry con. It just ain't happening.
I wouldn't trust them at an anime con either.
Well, no, because the furries are rampant in those.
Well, also just the sex stuff of anime, too.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, I would be, if I was a parent, right? I've always said this, because people will tell me from time to time, they're like, Paul, you'd probably be a good dad. And I was like, that might be true, but I'd be a hard ass. Like, you have no idea. I wouldn't, look, I would love a kid, but I would also, there would be structure and rules and expectations and all the things that were on me when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think that having those things, in retrospect, helped me out a lot in life. I would never lay a hand on a kid. My parents spanked me, right? I don't think I would be a spanker, but everything else, grounding, taking away privileges, restriction of this, if you don't do well in school, blah, 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 right? All that shit would be in place. And my kid would probably end up fucking hating my guts like I hated my parents' guts by the time I turned 18. That's the way it is. It's not a dry hump, dude. The suits have holes. You gotta be kidding me. They don't make a fucking sneaky hole for their wang to come out of the fursuit. Get out. Man. Yeah, see, that's what I mean. There's a wang hole for the fursuit. I don't know, man. I don't know, bro. You know, I'm not trying to be a prude about it. Let's see. So is it possible to separate the sexual aspect from the furry fandom? If you had a kid, would it be possible to let them participate? If I had a kid and they were into this fur shit, I would let them participate all the way up until the point of getting a fursuit. If they want to draw furries, I'm not going to spank them for choosing to draw or punish them or ground them for drawing. Now, if they're drawing furry porn, they're going to stop doing that, right? If I catch them looking at fur porn, they're not going to be looking at that while they're living with me and they're on my fucking internet shit, right? If they're circumventing that, I'm a no. I was an IT guy, right? You're not gonna... So I feel like my kids, and I'll be honest with you, like, let me tell you something right now that would make most people in this room fucking hate me if I were their parent. Like, let's say, close your eyes, imagine you're a teenager right now. Imagine you're 14 and ask yourself this question right now, like you're 14 in 2025 right now. Do you, and you're my kid, right? So you're my son or daughter. Do you have a cell phone? You're 14. Do you have a cell phone? What do you think? You hope so? Okay. So people are saying no, 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 no phone until you drive. I'm not planning on letting my son have one until he's 16 or 17, same as me. Yes, but it's heavily locked down. We've got a range of answers, right? And here's the actual answer. Depends. Is the kid fucking not messing up at all? Is the kid getting really good grades in school? When I go talk to the kid's teachers, are they telling me about how bright and compliant and good in school he is? Is he trying hard? You know? In that case, you want to talk about getting a phone? Maybe we talk about getting one that's locked down, restricted, gives you a little bit of minor access to this, that, and the other. You can text your friends on it. but I'm checking. Right? And you continue to do that, and you're 15, 16, and you come to me, you go, hey, Dad, man, I really want to get this or that. We have a talk about it, get you a new phone, and let you make an account or whatever on some shit. Once again, I'm monitoring. I'm looking. Then at 18, you ain't got to worry about my shit at all. You can go get a phone, join Tinder immediately, and go get gonorrhea. I don't give a fuck. Like, at that point, go with God. I'm doing exactly that with mine. We're not doing brain rot BS in my house. Yeah, I just wouldn't do it. So I would end up being a total asshole parent to my kid. My kid would hate me by the time they left the nest because I would, you know, they would either hate me or, you know, maybe the moderating influence of Amelia would make the kid like, because I look at Amelia, I look at your sibling and I'm just like, I could see you having that kind of influence on a kid. Your sibling's super smart, super diligent, super driven, right? Probably, you know. So maybe that there's my structure plus Amelia's moderating influence and, you know, kind of good nature.
I mean, I didn't raise them.
You helped
Yeah.
a lot, did you not?
Yeah, I babysat for a long time.
That's not babysitting is raising when you live in the same house for them. And taking care of them. That's, you helped raise them. When mom and dad weren't home, who was home with them? Right? So you got to take a little bit of, you got to see a little bit of that. In other words, you'd be bad cop and she'd be good cop. That's how my parents did it. I don't know how else to do it. That's how my parents did it. That's exactly how the labor was divided amongst my parents when they were still married. You know, Dad was the bad cop. You did not want Dad to discipline you ever. If you were in trouble, you went to Mom for your disciplining. Okay? And you hope Dad didn't get involved. Right? Because you knew Mom was gonna, she'll be fair with you. She'll be hard, but she'll be fair. Dad won't be fair. Hey, pothead, you don't make sense anymore, bro. Damn, that's crazy. 85 people are sitting here, watch a pothead make no sense, huh? Get out of here, GP. Go find some bitch trying to, like, get paid for her cleavage. That's the type of chat your ass should be in. Bitch accent so thick you can barely understand her. I don't know what they do. To pay to I go to eat body to chat say, what do you do, cleavage? And I don't know that I do speak for the Yeah, go find one of those fucking chats, bro. That's where you ought to be. Anyway, what were we talking about? Would you be your rules for their kids? Everything's contingent, just like my shit was, right? I would know all their fucking friends. They're, like, that's page one, right? You're not gonna hang around and go out and run around with people that I ain't met. They're gonna get eyes on me and they're gonna know I'm out here like this, right? Number one, I'm gonna know their parents to the best of my ability, right? I'm gonna get to know their parents. Our kids are friends. We ought to be able to get a hold of each other to check on them and shit, right? That's number two. Number three, everything's contingent. If you're fucking up in school, if you're fucking around and being disrespectful at home, if you're not doing your chores, right? You're not doing what's asked of you to keep your shit clean and keep yourself kept, then I start taking shit away. I start with your electronics. Give me that phone. You'll get it back when you straighten your shit up. Give me that fucking PS5. You'll get it back when you straighten up your shit. Give me the TV that you got in your room. Now I've got a TV in my room until you straighten up your shit. Get your grades in order. Quit fucking up. Clean your room when mom tells you to do it. Mow the lawn when mom tells you to do it. Or I'm going to take more. Oh, you want to push it further? Okay, now you're grounded for a month. Now you can't even see your friends. You want to go further? Right? Kids eventually understand that bargain, even if it makes them hate you. Right? Are you buying your kid a game console but not a phone? Once again, contingent. The kid really wants a game console and they're getting straight A's in school and they're not fucking up. You know what I mean? Yeah. You want to play now, I'll be honest, I'm watching what you're fucking playing. I'm watching the interactions that you're having and shit. You ain't cloistered off with it in some fucking room. You play it on the fucking TV in the living room where I'm walking in and out. What are you going to get away with? I never had a console in my room. Huh. It's the worst game on any console ever made. I think the common answer to that is E.T. for the Atari 2600. It's an absolutely unplayable garbage game that, like, there was an actual landfill filled with the games because they thought they were going to sell so many of them and they sold hardly any. And there was like a landfill found where they found like 20,000 copies of this game that they just threw away. How'd you get your kids started dressing in an outlandish way? Dressing, that doesn't bother me at all. Kid wants to do self-expression stuff, right? That's chill. I'm not going to intervene if they're dressing this way, as long as it's not like sexually inappropriate shit. No assless chaps, no, obviously, right? There's decorum, right? But other than that, like how they want to dress, how they want to do their makeup or not, how they want to identify, all that's up to them, right? I'm not there to prune their personality. I'm there to make sure they get from birth to 18 without getting molested, murdered, or arrested. That's how right? That's what I see a father's job as. You get the baby from 0 to 18 without getting molested, murdered, or arrested. And you've done your job. Good job, Dad. Right? I don't know, man. It's just funny to me. Man, I ain't trying to talk fucking old ass, lame ass video games. Hugs. You did this. Do you think parents raised solely by grandparents is a detriment to the development of the child brain? No. No, not at all. I think that parents or kids that are raised by grandparents are lucky because they didn't go to an orphanage and into the social services system and into the foster system like a lot of kids do, because that is just filled with abuse and neglect. So if you were raised by your grandma and granddad and they were basically your parents, you're one of the luckiest people ever, and you got everything you need. You got a father figure, you got a female mother figure, right? You got nourishment, you got wisdom, you got yourself through childhood. You did pretty well. And making sure they're not traumatized, emotionally, mentally fucked is an important part of being a parent too. Yeah. What if your kid were approached by a peer group and trying to indoctrinate them into religion? Take that case by case, man. I don't know. Like if my kid came to me and started talking Scientology, it'd be a hard no. I'd ask him who talked to you about this. I'd go find that person and I'd tell them to stay the fuck away from my child 100%. But if they're gonna like start going to church or something, like Christian church, or start going to like a mosque, start going to, you know, an Islamic place of worship or something like that, I'm not going to intervene in that. Like, I'll let them find that shit out. My parents never intervened with me religiously, one way or the other. They were nominally religious. They kind of raised me that way, but they never forced me to go to church. They never asked me to do it. They never pressured me to do it. And so, you know, that's how I'd be with my kid. Like I said, your personality and who you are, that's yours to cultivate, right? Kid or no, I can't intercede in that any more than I would intercede just by being their father, you know. But I'm there to make sure they don't get, you know, molested, murdered, or arrested. That's it. MMA. It's the dad's job. I'm pretty sure I know why you'd be hardcore against Scientology, whereas you'd be permissive about Christianity, but I want to know if I'm right. Scientology has a policy of familial disconnection. So if your family is critical of Scientology or critical of your partaking in Scientology, you will slowly but surely be convinced to completely disconnect from them. And Scientology has no qualms about taking a 16-year-old and disappearing them into the Sea Org. So, not gonna happen. I know Scientology way too fucking well, bro. That ain't happening. Church, you know what I mean? A Christian church. If I want to go and show up to their church service and see what the fuck's being told, I can do that. Right? If I say something that's critical of the church, their pastor can't fucking whisk the kid away. Right? Like, fuck that. Yeah, my kid started taking interest in like Christianity. I'd be like, cool, what church are you going to? And then I'd go attend that fucking church a couple of times and I'd see what the fucking vibe was over there. And I'd see what kind of shit was being preached, right? 100%. Not Sea Org. C, S-E-A. It's literally called the Sea Org because at one point when L. Ron Hubbard was wanted in both Great Britain and America for tax evasion, he moved onto a small flotilla of converted fishing trawlers and started the Sea Org for these people that were out at sea. Hey, baby. Whoa. That's such a cool shirt.
Yeah.
It looks great on you, too. You were right about the size.
I feel like it would just be too loose.
Yeah.
Next size up.
You know, that's a really cool shirt.
Yeah. I'm gonna head out.
Okay. All right. I love you, baby.
I love
You be careful.
I will.
What do you think is the best religion? I don't rank shit. I don't rank like movies usually, so I'm not gonna rank religion. I don't know, dude. Paul, you're such a good husband, dude. I try my best to be. I swear to God, man. I look at Amelia and I think, man, I do not deserve her because she's just, you know what I mean. But I really try and earn it. You know, I try and be a good hubby. I do my part, right? I try and be supportive no matter what, right? We have this kind of like radical no judgment policy between the two of us. We accept each other as we are. And I really, really hold up that end of the bargain, you know, and I try my best because she deserves that. She is just one of a kind, wonderful, and, you know, it's awesome. Being with her is awesome. It is. It is like relation because I like here's the thing. There's an age gap between me and my wife, right? And I have been through a whole lot more like long failed relationships than she has, and I feel like maybe I'm tainted, you know, in some way by that. Like I'm tainted goods because the common denominator in all, I don't know if you guys know this, common denominator in all my fucked up failed relationships is me. It's the one thing that ties all of those fucked up relationships together is me, right? And so I really have a hard time because I don't want that. I never wanted that with any of those relationships. I didn't want them to burn up into fucking like a meteorite, you know? And that's what happened to me a lot. And so I'm really protective of that. I don't want to bring that influence into her life. And I don't want things to be sour between us. I want to be loving and caring and understanding always because I've been on the other end of that, man. I've been in relationships where things get so bad that you're like cruel to each other, verbally cruel. You know what I mean? You'll say mean shit to each other. I've said mean shit. I've had horrible shit said to me, right? I don't ever want to do that with her. She and I have had arguments before, but it's never name calling. It's never that type of bullshit. Every time that she and I have had arguments, it's because we communicate differently, right? There's some misunderstanding or there's some communication blockage and we're getting frustrated with each other, right? But there's never name calling, there's never accusation. I just don't do that. I will not bring that poison into this relationship. I will not. Right? Because if there's anything that I blame my failed relationships on, if there's such a thing to blame it, right? If there's anything that I do blame my failed relationships on, it would be that, fuck, dude, it got poisonous. It got to the point where we were saying hurtful things back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, like slinging rocks at each other verbally. You know what I mean? And I know I contributed to that environment for what it's worth, right? I'm that kind of person. I don't do that with her. I will never do that with her. And if I catch myself feeling like I'm going to do that with her, I straight up apologize immediately, right? And I change my shit up because I know that that's poison. It's ugly. It's bad. Doesn't mean you're flawed. Those women just didn't fit each other appropriately. Each other? They don't know each other. That's the point. There's no connection between any of my exes at all except me. So, you know what I mean? Have you ever said something that you immediately wanted to take back with a past relationship? Oh, yeah, bro. But it's like when you're hot, like when I mean you're hot, you're steamed up, you're pissed off, frustrated at that person. You just feel like you've been beating your head against a wall, right? You don't regret it immediately, or at least I don't, right? It's not, but there's, you always make a note in your brain, right? I've never lost control of my anger to the point where that little voice in the back of my head is going like, you're gonna fucking pay for that one. So yeah, I've got a conscience if that's what you're asking. you and them individually. I get what you're saying. I figured it was a typo or something. I know, I get it. And I'm not trying to blame myself. I wasn't the only person who did wrong or did bad by the other person in these relationships. But at this point in my life, I'm not looking to point my fingers at my ex. Well, you know, because every one of those relationships, I did some toxic shit. They did some toxic shit. You know what I mean? We were mean to each other in ways that we shouldn't have been. And, you know, I'm not looking to assign blame, right? I'm looking to take responsibility. I take responsibility for the times I was toxic, for the times I said mean shit, right? Those types of things I can change, right? I can take responsibility, and I have apologized for those things to the extent that I can, right, with all of my exes. And I've got closure with all of those people and all of that, right? So I think I've never left anybody high and dry and done wrong by them. So I have rage issues, and sometimes I say hurtful things to people I love out of anger, so I get it. Yeah. Bro, I was thinking last night, I was sitting by my window, right? And I had the fan in the window going. It's blowing and it feels so good, but I just kept getting these like little hairs going like doo-doo-doo-doo-doo, doo-doo-doo-doo-doo, doo-doo-doo-doo. You know what I mean? And I was like and I was like, I had this impulse and it actually sounded kind of nice. I was like, I'm gonna go to a barber and I'm gonna get, let's just like a really nice fade up to like some longer hair on the top, and I'll just start parting my hair. And I'm gonna get like normal dude hair with a little bit of length on it, so it's not super normal dude, right? And then I'm gonna get my beard trimmed up. And I was like, damn, I should do that. And I've been mulling it over since last night. It's like, dude, it's fucking hair. If I get to the point where I want to have long hair again, I can just stop cutting it, and it'll grow back. You know what I mean? I've had this for so long, bro. The last time I shaved my head was 2000. I'd have to look on the Cinema for Cynics. It'll be there. Let me see. I'm gonna find the exact, because I can show you guys the last time I had a haircut. I'll show you right now. I think it's on here. I might have made it private, but we'll see. Yeah, it's before this. Oh, yeah, here it is. It's here. So this was uploaded 7 years ago. So I've had this hair for 7 years. But here it is. This is the last haircut I ever got. And maybe it's time to get the next one. I don't know.
Gee whiz, Paul. You look like you're ready for business.
Business. I'm ready to review.
Whatever. Aviators, yeah. That was before I had to wear eyeglasses. I can't really, I mean, I guess I could get prescription aviators. That's TJ shaving you? Yeah. TJ took the clippers to me. But I'm not gonna go bald. But is this lame? I see dudes, here's the thing. I'm gonna talk to you guys. I don't like talking about this stuff because it feels very vain. But I'm gonna talk about it real quick. For a guy my age, I've got a good hairline, right? It's not perfect or whatever. I've got a little bit of receding a little, but that's not a fucking bad hairline for 45, right? And so what I want to kind of do is there are these haircuts, right? Where it's real short up the sides and stuff, and then it's got some length on the top, and you can like part it. And then I just want to like trim my beard up nice, you know what I mean? And I just want to see what I look like businessy. Not businessy, but like more clean cut. Yeah, like a dual side shave kind of thing, but I want to like part it up here and be able to style it a little bit. So I don't want it to be like a hardcore, but yeah, like an undercut. Yeah, like an undercut type thing. Like a hipster haircut. I guess, yeah. Yeah. Should I go do that? Should I do it? Why not, right? No, because I don't want it as long as TJ had his undercut. I want it shorter up here, but I want to have enough that I can do stuff with it. What do you think? Because I'm kind of sick. Here's another thing. I'm kind of sick of the podcast. I look like all of us look alike, right? It's all a bunch of hippies, I'm like long hair, bearded dudes. And if I got that, nobody would look like me anymore, right? We'd all have a distinct thing. What do you think? Yeah, long enough that I still got some like flop to it. You know what I mean? I'm gonna have to go to an actual barber shop though. You don't go to Supercuts for this shit, do you? Probably not. Although the last really good haircut I got was at Supercuts. Not even joking. I went in there because my hair was like down to my ass, and I was like, "Help!" And the lady gave me a really good cut. But then I got another cut, and I went to a barber shop, and they fucked me. It just a super blunt cut, and I was like, "Oh." They didn't even like, put some like texture. It's just like, and it's still that way. Like it still to this day doesn't look good. So no, I don't want to do the app, man. I trust an artist. I just gotta find an honest to goodness barber shop that's got a good style to it that'll be able to do what I'm doing. I'm gonna look around. I might get it done today. Because I was feeling it last night. I was like, it would be nice to not have so much hair for a while. Fuck it. A Turkish barber? I don't know about that. Many barbers are ex-military. Well, that means that I'll be able to find one probably pretty well. Because I live in a military area, so. But I need to go to a place that does beard and hair stuff, right? I'm gonna look. And a beard. I don't want to do anything crazy with the beard. I just want to trim it back, right? Just contain it a little bit. So it's not, unify it a little bit, right? The meltdown I had watching Transformers 4 is still one of the funniest things I've ever seen. Dude, that movie almost broke me and TJ in half, bro. That movie is insane. That type of content is so hard to edit, too. Those super long watch-along videos. If you like Transformers, catch the one in 3D. No. Is it time to get your Sopranos on? The gold rings, a neck chain, greased back hair, and tracksuit. Oh boy. Yeah, I don't know, bro. I don't know about all that. I don't know about all that, friend. Dude, what if I get a side shave, right? I get the fucking undercut, right? And then I get the fucking lament configuration tattooed on my head. I kind of like that. I'm starting to like this idea. I'm really starting to like this idea. I'm doing it. Fuck it. Unless something goes wrong, the next time you guys see me, I will have a different look. I'm done with it. Yeah, Peaky Blinders. Yeah. I'm going to use Peaky Blinders as an example. Because that's kind of what I'm talking about. But maybe a little, not as severe, not as short, but a little more to play with up here, right? Yeah. Yes. All right. I'll see you guys some other time. Peace.